welcome to the Living Hope Thought for the Day. Today we're going to continue our working through the New Testament, and today we come to the second letter of Paul to the Corinthians. I just want to point out that these are overviews. It's deliberate, but the idea is to whet your appetite. I would just be really, really blessed if I knew that having watched a program, just a few minutes on Acts of the Apostles, on the Matthew Gospel or whatever, and what you're saying is, I need to get my Bible out and read that book again. That's really what it's all about. Please never ever listen to these thinking that they are great expositions of the books. They're not. They're not intended to be. They're just to give you some insights about key aspects, key doctrines, key situations that the book covers, and then you to say, I'm going to read this and find out more for myself. Now Paul, we understand, had a pretty torrid time with the Corinthians, and we said about 1 Corinthians that it seems they weren't altogether respectful of his authority, and this is very much the case in 2 Corinthians. And they were not really being very kind and very understanding about Paul as an apostle. This raises quite an important point, and I'm happy to spend just a little time on it, and that is Paul's apostolic ministry was evident because of what he did. He never boasted about, I am an apostle. That's not the heart of Paul. It wasn't talking about the title and kind of relaxing in the title. No, what he was an apostle indeed. The things he did, the insight he had into churches, the willingness to confront situations and deal with them, the willing to speak the truth and keep Christ-centered and cross-centered, Jesus' cross uppermost in the way that he taught. And he's really wanting these believers to know that's more important to me, that you're a healthy church, that you're dealing with sin, you're facing issues that need to be dealt with, you are blessing one another, building one another up. This is what Paul wants. He doesn't want people to keep bowing down, you are an apostle. That's not of interest to Paul. It's a much greater interest that churches are properly founded, strong foundations, thorough, clear biblical teaching. That's what he's looking for. Now, he does address some issues. He talks wonderfully about the body being like a tent, that it's a temporary dwelling for our spirit. The permanent dwelling is coming when we're going to be with Jesus forever in heaven. And he also wants to share with us the need to be the new creation that God has designed for us to be. And he says to us that if anyone's in Christ, the new creation has come, the old has gone, the new is here, and this is from God. Very, very much a key element of his teaching, that we should not live in the past, but live in our present relationship as new, born-again creations of God. He talks about reconciliation, that God came to reconcile us. We were enemies of God. In Christ we're brought to God, and that we also should seek to bring reconciliation to those around us and encourage people. He's got a lot to say about giving in 2 Corinthians, about sowing our seed into the kingdom. He's not preaching a gospel of deals with God, but he's urging believers to be thoughtful and responsible. And he's concerned about places where Christians are really poor, and he's arranged a collection so that they can come and help one another. And he urges us in chapter 13 just to examine ourselves. Are we really in the faith? Are we just talkers, or are we living in the good of what Christ has done? These are some of the things that he picks up. But again, 2 Corinthians 5:17, if you're in Christ, you are a brand new creation. Enjoy it. God bless you.